Once again, a warm welcome back to Flight Sim and other stuff. No news last week because it was my birthday and the family had other plans for me. So, skipped last week. My apologies for that. I was hoping to sneak away and get into my home office, but it just didn't work. Anyway, what's coming up this week? Well, obviously, there was that massive update on Microsoft Flight Simulator, and it went well, then it went bad, and it's sort of back on track, but still a couple of minor issues that are going to get fixed. Going to talk about that. An update on what's happening with the new 320. Some scenery. Orbex have got yet another sale on. Honestly, if you ever buy Orbex scenery and pay full price for it, you're nuts. They have more sales than DFS. So, big sale on Orbex at the moment. So now's the time to go and grab anything from them. What else? Well, we'll get on to it. Also news about another project I've been working on, a radio station. This, for people of an age. So it's called Pirate Days Radio. I'll tell you more about it at the end of this show. And it's for anyone who's interested in 60s, 70s or 80s music, and it's a radio station that's going live shortly. There's some test transmissions that you can tune into, and I'll give you the lowdown on that later on. So, without any ado, let's get into this and have a look at the news. Oh, I see some of the fades of missing. Never mind. So, the first one is a competitor to Orbex. Like I said, they got a sale at the moment. This is Sam Scenery and New York City. I haven't had a chance to download this yet. I'm really tempted. Really, really tempted. I do like flying over New York, and since the latest update, it's got a lot easier, particularly in VR. So I can smoothly fly across New York in a light aircraft now and not have any worries. And I have full photo on as well, photogrammetry. I have that on as well, and in VR since update 5, no problems at all. This little video here, let's have a quick look at this. We got some sound going on in the background, don't know if that's coming through. I was really impressed by this because the photo scenery, or even switch that off, the standard scenery, is impressive, but nowhere near as impressive as this. I mean, just look at this. I'm not going to spend 2.5 minutes going through that video. You can look at it. So look at that, though, for a screenshot of Times Square. Doesn't it look? Yeah. So, and the price for this, hey, it's only $15. Well, $14.95. Really? $14.95? Why don't you just make it $15? It's an awful lot easier. No one falls for it. But look at the difference there. The default scenery. Can we get that bigger? No. The default scenery and New York City Times is the scenery called. Really liking the looks of that. That's worth a punt. $15, I think. On to the 320. And the Phoenix A320, there was an update from them, just to let you know how things were going. And they've seen an increase in frame rate as well, which is good news. What is amazing on this product, though, and I really, really can't wait to see this. Look at this jump that they get. This is the standard. I don't know if you can see it on your screens, but this is the standard default A320, and on their config, they're getting 41.7. And their Airbus, which is not study level, but is blooming close, 42.1. It's more efficient. And that's with the latest update 5. So can't wait to see that. And the reason I can't wait to see this is because the fly-by-wire. I've been flying the fly-by-wire since it launched, and I regularly fly it with my virtual airline, Fly UK. And I got a problem. Yes, we all knew Update 5 broke it. The development version of fly-by-wire was working well, so had no problems there. And they did an update a couple of days ago, and the stable version now works in Update 5, Microsoft Flight Simulator, so no problems there either. It's not back on the store yet, the Microsoft Store. You have to go and get it from their own installer. The problem I have, though, is I'm just trying to get it up, but I can't. It's the throttle quadrant from Honeycomb, the reversers. This is crazy. Everything works in the default aircraft. Everything works in all the other aircraft I've tried. But in the fly-by-wire, I can no longer use the reversers. The reversers come in at the lower extent of the throttle axis. So you don't go into the detent, you just take it back to the... So this is really, really annoying, particularly in VR where you're relying on feel. Come on, guys, please sort that out. In the meantime, let's get the Fenix. Can't wait to see that one. And I will be buying that regardless of price, because I'm a little bit disappointed with fly-by-wire. And that's not fair, is it? Because they're not charging anything for it, and it's a lot of guys doing a lot of work. Love the new tablet. The integration of Navigraph in the tablet, little bit disappointed with that because it doesn't load the moving maps. So I'm still using the toolbar plugin for Navigraph, the beta version, and that gives me the moving maps. Great for taxiing around the airports, see where you're going. Talking of airports, he says, London Stansted. And this looks stunning. And yes, I have got it. I really, really am impressed. This is another one of those similar quality to the Gatwick Extreme. This is payware quality for free. And if you're flying from London Stansted, honestly, for people that don't live in the UK, Stansted is nowhere near London. It really isn't. But it is officially London Stansted Airport. And even this train works. This is a great looking airport, and it's free. If you're flying into the UK, strongly recommend you get that airport. It is really, really nice. If you are lucky enough to own a SATEC radio panel, then there is a Spadnex profile. Spadnex is great for these SATEC panels. I had mine set up when I was using X-Plane because I had two radio panels. I had one of them set up for the autopilot, and it will allow me to set the altitude on the display, the bearing on the display, and the speed on the display, because you can do whatever you want with Spadnex. Anyway, someone's taken all the hard work out of it for you, so if you want to use the SATEC radios, or are they Logitech now, that's available for you for free. Over the helicopters. Yes, I have a fascination with helicopters. I've been flying virtual HEMS for a couple of months now. Really enjoying that when I get a chance to get in the helicopter. I'm still finding it in VR impossible to find the fire engine when I fly out to in the helicopter to a road crash or something. The fire engines always seem to be hidden under a tree or something, and I find it really hard. And it takes me twice as long to find find the fire engine as it does to actually fly there and fly the patient to the hospital afterwards. But here is a offline version of that, if you like. It's a mission generator and it works in VR. So if you want something to practice your helicopter flying with, that's the one I would go for. Next one was recommended to me by a work colleague from Germany and said, have you tried this yet? No, I haven't. Am I going to try it? Yeah, I think I will, being a bit of a geek. So, CellNav for MFS. This isn't CellNet. This is Celestial Navigation. This is a virtual sextant. Now, no one uses sextants anymore, but back in time, if you were flying a DC-3, then no autopilots or anything like that. This is the sort of way you would navigate. And someone's done cell navigation for Microsoft. Now my mouse has disappeared onto one of my other computers. There we go. So, yeah, I'm going to give this a try. It'll also give me a chance to exercise some of the maths I haven't used for a very long time. So, it's a lot of hard work. But if you want to fly a Dam Busters mission or something like that, that's the way to do it. So that's it. That's the news. I had a couple of questions come in. Sorry I haven't been answering the emails over the last week. Like I said, it was my birthday last weekend and I took a holiday, took a couple of weeks off of work to recharge my batteries. So what I intend to do is start a Q&A session, a live Q&A session on Discord. So anyone that needs any help, I'm going to be running live sessions on Discord and I will start them immediately after the news show on Sunday nights. So I'll hang around for half an hour or an hour on Discord. I'll be in the help room and just jump onto the channel. And if you want any support, a couple of questions about the Stream Decks. So I'll be around on Discord to answer any questions. And finally, I said I've been talking about setting up a radio station, and here it is. It's called Pirate Days Radio, and you can listen to this at piratedaysradio.radio12345.com. I know, it just rolls off the tongue, doesn't it? That'll take you to the web page. This is a free radio streaming service that I'm using, and hey, you can listen to it in the browser. There are mobile apps for Android and iOS. It's all free, and I've got to say, the mobile app I've been doing some technical tests with over the last 3-4 weeks, and I'm really impressed by it. Some of the commercial ones for commercial radio stations in the UK aren't half as good as this one. So I'll put a link in the show notes below if you want to drop in and have a listen to Pirate Days Radio. Like I said, there's just test transmissions going on at the moment. And if you're interested in music from the 80s, 70s or 60s, and I've got a load of classic jingles from all the pirate radio stations and the early days of BBC Radio 1 and commercials. Oh, I've dug up a whole bunch of commercials from the 60s and 70s. You just couldn't get away with broadcasting that sort of rubbish these days. So, that's it. That's it for this week. Short show. I'm going to fire up my flight sim now and see if there have been any more updates to the fly-by-wire. I really want to get that throttle quadrant working. I'm loving update 5 for VR players. Yes, it is brilliant. Fantastic frame rates, and my machine isn't. I'm rabbiting on again. So, good to be back. I'll be back at the same time next week with more updates, anything else I found. There are more videos coming online. Don't forget the Pirate Days Radio. And don't forget to jump in onto Discord. If you need any help, I'll be running a surgery. That's a good idea. Run a surgery. A Q&A session on Discord will start up after the news show every Sunday. So it'll be about 10:30 to 11, 10:30 to 11:30 UK time, that is. British summer time at the moment. Until next week at the same time as usual, enjoy your flying, stay safe, and it's good to be back. Speak to you soon. Bye.